All right, it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I have a plan. So we're going to massage a lot more today. So we'll do gentle movements so that we can kind of go deeper into this more like therapeutic kind of massage type session today. I have a foam roller, 2 balls, 2 massage balls. I have some kind of rubber band here. You can use a regular strap, a bolster, and 2 blocks just in case. We're going to be laying down quite a bit today, so we're going to move in all different directions around the hips and our legs, thighs. A lot of movement through the glutes. So we'll massage quite a bit, and then we'll also foam roll to like kind of iron it out and make sure it's soft. And then we'll go into deeper stretching positions later on. So a little bit more static. There will be some bouncing and some other parts of the body we're going to loosen up to go deeper in the stretching part. But we'll go back and forth from massage to stretch, massage to stretch. Sound like a plan? All right. So when we start today, we're going to take our Shavasana and open up our hip flexors. So let's see if we can get into this. We're going to bring the bolster underneath our hips. So I like to use my hands to kind of lay over the bolster so that when I open up my legs, I can tuck my tailbone in a bit, feel my belly start to engage, and then I'll relax my hips a bit through my legs. I try to keep my deep core gently engaged as I roll my tailbone up. And I can place my hands on my ribs or to the sides. And I want to try to soften the front of my hips while I engage my abs just a bit, about 20 to 30%. So the stretch happens in the front of my hips. You can close your eyes if you like. Wiggle your shoulders. Make sure your hips and your feet feel comfortable. And as you breathe in and out through your nose, you're going to let your ribs expand into the hands to create space as your chest widens. And as you exhale, you're going to try to pin your ribs down towards the ground so you feel a little bit more engagement to the front of the hips and core. Inhale, let your ribs expand into the hands. Feel your chest lift. Exhale, tuck your tailbone in, draw your belly in, pin your ribs back down towards the mat. Inhale, broaden, expand, lift. Exhale, engage, scoop your hips just a bit and pin your ribs back down to the mat. 3 more times. Breathe just like this. Expand, lift. Feel how your chest opens up to the sky. Exhale, tuck tailbone in, ribs in, belly in. Last one. From here, you're going to see if you can slide your hands out to the side, open your palms out, arms straight to the sides to a T. As you exhale, try to bring the back of your ribs further down into the mat. Tuck your tailbone in. Then slide your hands overhead. Feel that the back of the arms try to reach the floor. As you pin the back of your ribs, feel the shoulders engage to the ground. Feel as if you're doing a sit-up with your core muscles and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Let everything open up towards the sky. Slide your elbows out slightly to the side. From here, we can rotate our fingers down into a sad cactus, palms reaching, forearms reaching towards the ground. As you inhale, feel the back of the hands come into cactus. Inhale, lift fingers up. Rotate forearms and palms towards the ground. Inhale, rotate up. Back of the hands touch the ground. 2 more times. Follow your breath to create the movement. Last one. Then release your arms back into a happy cactus. Keep your belly drawn in. Tuck your tailbone in so you feel your core. Then bend one knee at a time to lift your knees back up. Scoop your tailbone in. See if you can lift one knee above the bolster, then the other knee against the bolster. Take your hands towards your knees. Tuck your tailbone in. Feel your ribs kind of pinch in. Then push your knees gently away with your hands. Feel about 25% of push for 10, 9, maybe flex your feet, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your right knee to your chest by holding your right thigh and knee to halfway to your chest. Then lower your left leg down, foot down to the ground, and see if you can tuck your tailbone in. Now, as your tailbone is in, I would like you to point your right toes. Your hands will press the right knee, and as you lower the right knee down, tap the right toes towards the floor, but keep your tailbone in. I want you to feel your core gently. Press the knee into your hands, find the resistance, then exhale. Lower the thigh down till your toe taps the floor. Inhale, lower the thigh up, press the knee into the hands, find resistance, feel your core and your hip flexor. Then exhale, lower down to tap. 7. Lower. 6. Press. Lower. 5, we're just warming up our muscles, so when we stretch them, it should feel happy and warm, ready to move, ready to stretch. 3, 2, and really firmly press your knee into the hands with resistance. Then lower your leg down. Switch your left knee to the left hand. Make sure your tailbone is tucked in so you do feel your core and ribs pressed down towards the mat. Press your knee into your hand. You can also flex your left foot to make it harder. 9, 8, 7, 6, keep pressing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point your toes. See if you can lower your left thigh down until your toe touches the ground. Then lift your left thigh up to press the knee firmly into the hand. Exhale, lower down with your thigh until your toe touches. Then lift with your thigh to press your knee into the hand. Make sure your belly stays strong the whole time. Your tailbone is scooping in so that you can feel that your deep core is always engaged, so our lower back feels happy in this position. 6, 5, 4, 3, are we getting tired in the hip flexor? I am. 2, doing great, ladies. And 1. Lower both feet down to the ground. Your feet will be as wide as your hip, if not slightly wider. You can turn your toes slightly out if you feel it's more comfortable for you. You're going to tuck your tailbone in and lift your hips off of the bolster. 5. Keep scooping your tailbone up, ribs down. Don't let your ribs flare up. 6, 5. Squeeze the outside of your butt in. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips back down. You can wiggle your hips a little bit lower so you feel more supported with your lower back. Lift both knees up, over the bolster. And then you're going to circle your knees out with your hands for 5. Keep your ribs in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Opposite direction. 5. This might feel harder. 4, 3. Make it big with your hands, because soon we're going to take the hands away and it'll feel harder. 2 and 1. Good. Arms out to the side. Now we have to use our muscles for our hips. Make sure your hips feel supported by the bolster. Press the ribs down so you feel a gentle scoop of the tailbone. Circle your knees to the chest and circle your knees far out and far, far away for 5. As far as you can. See how far your hip flexors, your inner thighs, your core. See where it lets you go. 3. 2. 1. Opposite direction is going to feel a lot harder as we swing out towards the belly, together and down. 4. You might feel more core, more hip flexor here. 3. 2. 1. We're going to do the gentlest happy baby. So as you roll your knees up, you do feel supported by the bolster. You're going to press the back down. Bring your knees to the armpits, then lift your heels up, and you'll feel more supported here as the bolster is underneath your hips. So I want you to try to press your hips into the bolster so you feel your back muscles, the back of your hamstrings start to wake up more actively. Pressing your hips into the bolster for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bend your knees and hug your knees to the side. You can rock a little bit from side to side. Lower your left leg down, foot down, and hug your right knee to your chest as close as you can. As your fingers interlace behind the right knee, you're going to try to press the back of the knee into the hands. Maybe your leg straightens. Then bend. Press your knee into the hands. Straighten your arms. Then bend. 4. Bend. 3. Press as hard as you can. 2. 1. Then press your leg into the hands. See if your leg is actually straight. Then you're going to flex and point your feet 5 times. 5. 4. Keep pressing your knee into the hands. 3. We want to try to get the leg straight. 2. And 1. See if you can let go of the leg. Hold the leg up to the sky and really press the back of the knee and push through the big toe. Straighten the leg as much as you can. And then wiggle your leg like you're sharpening a pencil and a pencil sharpener into your hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend your right knee, lower down with control, with your core engaged. Lift your left knee up, hug with the left, with both of your hands actually. Interlace the fingers behind the knee. Bend your knee as close as you can. Press your back of the knee into the hands. Straighten your leg as best as you can. Bend. Push. 4. 3. 2. 1. See if you can get your leg absolutely straight. Press the knee firmly into the hands. flex and point your foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can point your toe, straighten your leg as best as you can by pressing the back of the knee and pushing to the big toe. Open up your hands. Hold for 5, 4. Really try to straighten your leg. 3, 2. Doing great, ladies. 1. Sharpen your leg into your hip like a pencil in a pencil sharpener. And as we do so, your leg will gradually move over the hip. 5, 4, 3. Make as much movement as possible. 2, 1. Bend your left knee, lower down as much as you can. Open up your feet as wide as the hips, toes slightly out. Tuck your tailbone in to lift your hips up, then slide the bolster away from your hips. Okay, so now as our hips are up, you can slide your arms overhead, and we're going to roll down the spine to lower the hips. Rock your knees from side to side. Move your hands by the sides of your body into a T. Then we're going to move our knees to the right side. Your right foot will come on top of the left knee, and you're going to guide your knees to the right. When you exhale, relax. Let your legs fall like dead weight. Then from here, your left foot stays where it is. You're going to cat-cow your hips. So roll the tailbone forward and back. Forward and back. We want to feel the side of our hip flexor on the left hip. So roll your tailbone forward, roll your tailbone back. Bring this about 5 more times until you feel that everything starts to soften and create more space. It should feel easy after a while. 2 more times. Lovely. Then we'll lift the knees up, wiggle the left foot into center, tuck the tailbone in, and really open up the right knee as wide as we can. You're going to lift the knees up, and then we're going to circle our knees, 5 circles in one direction. And the 5 circles in the opposite direction. Unfortunately, because where the camera is, you will see the back first. We're going to lower the left foot back down, and you're going to roll the knees to the left. So your right foot touches the ground. Then you're going to roll back into center. We're trying to lengthen the right side of the obliques towards the outer thigh. Keep the right knee out, then roll over to the left. Feel a nice stretch outside the right body to the outer thigh. Then roll back into center. You want the right knee to reach towards the ceiling the whole time. Turn to the left, then back up. 2 more times. Exhale left, center, left, stay here, hold. Keep pulling your right knee away, right hip towards the ground, right foot towards the ground to the left. So your right leg looks like a triangle. 5, 4, keep pulling your knee away. 3, 2, and 1. Close your right hand on top of the left hand. You're going to lay on the left side of your body. You can bring a block underneath your head. Your right foot is still in front of the left knee. Then you're going to close your knees, then open your knee. Close your right knee to the floor in front of your chest, then open the right knee up to the sky. You're going to press the outside of your right foot on your left knee to find traction and a little bit of resistance. 3, open and close. 2, really feel the outside of your thigh. And 1. Then from here, we're going to lift the right knee up to the shoulder, then up to the sky. Yeah. Then reach for the armpit. Then reach your right hand behind the knee. You're going to slide your hips slightly forward by tucking your tailbone in. Let's see if you can kick your leg straight. You can flex your foot by pressing the heel. Point, then bend the knee. Really scoop your hips forward with your tailbone. Press up, knee to the sky, foot to the sky. Flex the foot, then bend back down. Kick, press the heel if you like. Point your toe, then come back down. 3 more times. Try to reach your toes towards your head if possible. Really squeeze your right knee towards the armpit. Last one. Good. And then from here, we're going to circle our knee all the way back down to the left foot. Slide, remove the block from the head, then slide your right hand on top of the left hand. Then slide it open across your left arm, your chest, and twist to the right. Look at the right thumb as you squeeze your knees to the left. Så titta på höger, spänna benen ihop till vänster. Stay here for about 20 seconds. If you need more space, stretch your spine. Then squeeze your right knee over the left knee a little bit more. Take 1 deep breath. Roll your knees back up and relax your feet onto the ground. Feet hip width apart. Rock your knees from side to side. Windshield wiper. 1 more on each side, then lower your legs to the left. Left foot on top of right knee. Pull the knees to the left, then relax. Legs feel heavy and relaxed, like dead weight. Feel a nice stretch outside your right hip, thigh, and maybe lower back. Take about 2 to 3 breaths here, nice and slow. Then we're going to rock our hips in, scoop in and out like a cat-cow. About 10 times. Every time you roll your hips forward and back, you'll feel that it gets a little bit easier outside your right hip and thigh. Feel like your muscles are like a rubber band and you want to create elasticity. One or 2 more times. I lost count. Maybe you haven't. Then we're going to relax our legs. Rotate the knees up to the sky. You can wiggle your right foot a little bit closer to center if needed. You're going to open your left knee out to the side. Flex your foot. Then we're going to lift our knees up and circle our knees 5 circles in one direction. As big and strong as you can. Then 5 circles opposite direction when you're ready. Take notice that one direction is slightly more challenging than the other direction. Are we still okay? Let's do 1 more big circle because I lost count. Then we'll lower the right foot down to the floor. We're going to twist our legs to the right, but only the left foot and right knee is going to reach towards the floor. Woo. Try to keep your left knee up to the sky. Then engage your core to roll the knees back up. Then twist over to the right. Your left leg should look like a triangle. Knee up, toe touches floor, hips open to the ground. Roll back. About 2 more times. Last one. This time as we come into the center, we inhale, and then we exhale back to the right, and we stay. Boom. See if you can slowly close your left hand over the right hand. Find your block, put it back underneath your head. Your left knee is reaching for the sky to the back of the mat. Yeah. Then lower your left knee back down to the floor. All the way up to the sky. Close your left knee to the floor in front of your heart. Then open up again. Press the knee back as much as you can as your left foot touches the ground. 2 more times. You can press the outer edge of your left foot against your right knee if you want some kind of traction or tension. Make it a little bit more challenging if that feels nice. Then you're going to keep your left knee closed. Actually, we're going to open it up. Knee to the sky. Take the block away from the head. Then we're going to slide the right hand all the way across the right arm, the chest, to open up in a twist. Think that your left knee is reaching for the sky. Your left foot or toes are still trying to touch the ground. And your left hip is pulling down towards the mat to the left. So it looks like a triangle with your left leg. Gaze to your left thumb if that feels okay. And you can lengthen the sides of your torsos if you need it. Then we're going to rotate our knees up to the sky. Exhale, back to the right. With control. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. 2 more times. Roll up. Make it look effortless. Then lower down. And the slower you go, the more effortless it looks like, even though we know different. Last one. Stay here for a moment. Then from here, we're going to close our left hand over the right hand. We're going to lift the left knee up to the shoulder. You can put the block back underneath your head if you need it. And we're going to circle our knees a few times in one direction. Then when that feels okay, you can circle the knees to the other side. Then we'll rotate back to the first side when you're ready. And we're going to hook the left elbow behind the knee, close to the shoulder. You're going to tuck your tailbone in to present your hips forward. Try to open your knee higher to the sky without leaning back. Point your toes by kicking your leg. Flex your foot, press heel. Point, bend your knee. Kick up, point the toe. Press into the heel, flex, point, then bend the knee. 3 more times. See how far and straight you can take your left leg as your toe tries to reach towards the head. Last one. Lift the leg back up. Press into the heels. Maybe the toes come closer to the head. Point your toes, then bend your knee. Then we're going to lower the left knee in front of the right knee with your left hand down. And then we're going to take the block away. And we're going to slide open our left arm across the chest to find a deep twist with our knees to the right. Try to squeeze your left knee towards your right knee and lengthen your spine. You can even look to the left thumb. We'll stay here for about 20 seconds. Try to make as much space as you can. Ten more seconds. Take another breath or two here, nice and slow. Then when you're ready, we're going to roll our knees back up, hug our knees to the chest, and rock from side to side. Feeling okay? We did everything on our back today. It's going to be more stuff on our back. It's probably the hardest yoga class we've ever taken. All right, we have massage balls. So let's take one. We're going to work with the side of our butt cheek. You can also start with the side of the hip, which is a lot more intense. So you have a bottom hip bone, you have a top hip bone. So I'm going to start with my right side. You can start whichever one you want, but I'll say right. You're going to come in between the bottom and top hip bone, and it's quite soft on the side of your hip, almost like the panty line or the underwear line. Then from here, you're going to roll onto your right hip. And I like to keep my left chest to the ground, otherwise it's just so much weight on the right side. Then from here, I can roll my hips slightly forward and back in a gentle cat-cow-like movement as I roll onto the side of my hip bone and the soft cushiony part in between the two bones. Are we good? As we make small circles on the side of the hips, you're going to try to find a nice spot where there's a lot of tension, and you know because it feels uncomfortably sharp. Take a deep breath. When you exhale, try to relax your muscles that's on top of the ball. So if your muscles are tense, try to relax it so the ball can relax into your skin and your muscles. Then the pain might feel like more like a deep pressure. Stay here for about 10 seconds. Then you're going to wiggle around in small circles in the same spot to dig deeper in that spot. It should feel a little bit more intense again. You'll find in the adjacent area there's going to be more things that feel interesting. Exhale, relax your muscles. Try to sink into that area again to make sure that there is no pain. Try to relax with your exhale. After we've been here for about 10 seconds, we're going to make it even more intense. The bottom leg, which is my right leg, is going to lift up and down very small motions in a butterfly-like wing motion. So you're going to flutter your leg like it's a wing. Then you'll feel the intensity of your muscle working against the ball. Yes? Yes. Make it very small so the feeling is not too intense. The more you lift your knee up and down, the harder it's going to feel. So be nice. Then we relax the knee to the side. Wiggle the ball in small circles in both directions to see where you're going next. Normally, we're going to go more inwards towards the fleshy part of your butt cheek in the middle to the right. Woo! Then it gets quite intense when you find a good spot. Exhale, relax the muscle on top of the ball so the ball can dig gently in, like a cocoon. Stay here, relaxed as much as you can. Your muscle of your butt might start to tense up again, so then you have to remind it to relax, to stay soft around the ball. Make small circles in that same area with the support of your left foot. You're going to find out very quickly where you need to go next. Exhale, relax. Add weight as you soften the muscle to hug the ball. After about 3 deep breaths, you're going to wiggle in small circles. Then again, your right leg is going to be like a butterfly wing. It's going to lift gently up to make it more intense and then relax. And if you feel like you want to laugh because it's ridiculously intense, that is normal. Try to feel this gentle butterfly movement to create intensity and to release. Use your inhale, your exhale to feel that there's a gentle rhythm so your body gets used to the sensation and it relaxes a little bit easier for you because it knows what's going to happen. Lovely. Now, when we lift our right knee up, we're going to move the ball in front or top of our hip joint. So you're going to feel the ball and hip joint. And above the hip joint, if you roll the ball from side to side, you're going to feel all of your supporting muscles around your joint. Ugh. If you run, walk, climb upstairs, you're going to feel that these get quite tight. Even sitting for a long time can make it feel really, really crunchy. So roll from side to side. Start to feel where you can go, and then exhale, relax your weight into that area. Stay for about 10 seconds until it feels easy and boring. If you notice that your muscles start to act up again, you're going to have to use your exhale to relax. Wiggle the ball from side to side. Find another spot, maybe closer to the tailbone if you can feel it. Then exhale, relax into it. After we're here with a gentle, deep pressure for about 10 seconds, you can start to wiggle around in small circles to make sure that that area feels pretty relaxed. If you find intensity again, you can look for a next spot. I'm going to roll over just for a bit so you can see where we're going next. So right now the ball is a little bit down by the piriformis area of your hip. So what we're going to do now is go more towards the sacrum. So your sacrum is this little triangle bony area of your tailbone and your hip bone. So we're going to encompass the parameter of your butt cheek that surrounds the sacrum. So you're going to come to the fleshy part, not on the bony part, and kind of circle the edge. Kind of like lip liner, right? You're doing just the edge. So you're going to use your feet to help you circle the inside of your butt cheek towards your sacrum. So you're going to be next to the tailbone. Then you're going to roll to the perimeter and make a little half moon. Do we feel that? It can be quite intense, so if anything hurts, be very careful. This is the lowest portion of your lower back and butt cheek, so make sure that you feel comfortable here because things intertwine in this area. And there's a lot of nerves here. If you find a spot that feels nice, you can just kind of hang out there and gently add some weight by relaxing into it. And if you want to make it more interesting, you can tuck your tailbone in and lift the knee up and down a few times. If you want more intensity, you can roll the ball a little bit higher, a little bit lower, and just try to kind of find those places that feel a little bit tight. And then you'll start to notice there's a theme today with their hip flexor and their butt. They're best friends. They work together and they fight each other all the time. Just like best friends. You can circle your knee out also and see how that feels. Make a half circle. That also feels quite yummy. Cool. And then I'm going to turn around for the camera, but all you guys have to do is move the ball to the other hip. Amazing. Are we okay? We might not even have enough time to switch back and forth from stretching to the ball. So we're going to do the side of the hip. You're going to use your feet as you open up your left knee out to the side. And you're going to stay in the panty line area and roll the ball side to side, up and down, maybe circles, just to kind of see what feels yummy. And yummy is very relative right now here. It could be quite sharp and painful, but let's not use the P word, okay? Exhale, relax into it, and let all your weight fall. Whew, it's intense. So try to use your next exhale to relax that stiff muscle over the ball so it really sinks in. Once you're here for about 10 seconds, we're going to wiggle the ball in small circles. It's going to get intense again, but it's a good marker to let you know which next area you have to go. So as you find the next spot, give a little bit of weight as you relax your muscle on top of the ball. You can also lift your knee up and down in small butterfly wings now, and just see if this feels any better. Probably worse. So go very slowly. Add a little bit of movement to add gentle intensity. Oof. If you can lift your knee even higher, congratulations. Amazing. Make more circles as we relax the knee. And now we're moving more towards the soft area of the butt on the side. Woof. You're going to find lots of fun things here. There's so many to choose, but take the one that speaks to you the loudest. And then add some weight and relax for 10 seconds. Again, you can already start moving your knee in the butterfly position. If you don't want to quite yet because it's still intense, you can wait to the next round. You can start making circles again to see where you need to go next. And it shouldn't be a big circle. It should be small, tiny circles so you don't go too far. Then you're going to lower your weight down and stay for another 10 seconds. On the second round, maybe you want to start lifting your knees slightly up and down. The higher you lift your knees, the more intense everything is going to feel. Lovely. Then we're going to slowly make small circles again to release that area. Then we're going to roll the ball a little bit lower above the hip joint. And we can move the ball gently from side to side. The more weight you add, the more intense it'll feel. As we're above the hip bone, when you move from side to side, you're going to find lots of fun stuff here to play with. You can add a little bit of weight and sink a little bit deeper once you feel a good spot. You can also lift the knee up if you want to add more intensity. Whew. Once things start to release a bit, you can wiggle in small circles or just gently side to side to make sure you feel that you can go a little bit into another area. Add your weight and see if you can sink into it. If you want to add intensity, you can lift your knees slightly up and down to make things feel a lot more intense. Whew. That was spicy. All right. Once you've done this a few times, see if you can wiggle the ball slightly closer towards the side of the tailbone. And in that area, you can find quite a few things that feel quite interesting. Yeah. Add your weight, 10 seconds. If you feel frisky and you want to go deeper, you can lift your knee slightly up and down. You can also make small half circles if that feels fine. Just make sure your core is supporting the movement so you're not dumping into your back. Now we're going to paint, as I turn around here, we're going to paint the inside of the butt cheek that's right next to the sacral bone. You're going to find the perimeter, and like lip liner, you're just going to paint the edge in a half circle or a rainbow or whatever you like to call it. And your feet are going to guide the movement. And you could also do a little cat-cow swing with your hips. Maybe that makes things a little bit easier. But you want to feel as close to the hip bone as possible, just to get all of that stiffness away from your lower back to your sacrum. Again, when you find a good spot, you can stay there for a moment, and you can also lift your knee up and down after a while, if that feels good. You can also swing your knee out to the side and do some hydrant circles. Make sure your core feels supported as we're doing everything. You don't want to relax completely. About 2 more circles or leg lifts, or maybe you just want to relax for a moment. On your next exhale, let it all go. Lift your hips gently up to remove the ball. Roll onto your belly. We're going to come into a gentle sphinx with your elbows underneath your shoulders. I know we feel like Jello right now. Your hip bone is going to stay on the ground, so you're going to scoop your tailbone in to push your pubic bone into the ground. And then lift your ribs up as you press your hips down. Then release your chest forward. Lift your ribs off the ground, feel your core. Then release your chest slightly forward. Lift your ribs away, press your hips down. Then roll your shoulder blades back, chest slides forward. So you're doing a cat-cow with your belly and your ribs. Are we okay? Back is okay with this one? Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you feel any pain, let me know. You should feel very supportive with your core. We're going to do this 2 more times. And then I'll turn to the side so you can see what's going on. So basically, we're going to have our panty line. So we have our hip bones and then the inside panty line. So we're going to go onto the inside of the hip bone where it gets soft, and we're going to place the ball on our hip flexor and our deep psoas in there. If your chest is down, it's a lot easier. If your chest is up in Sphinx, it's a lot harder. And I want you to find your core so you can use your toes to slide the ball a little bit up and down on the inside of your hip bone. Fun? And then you relax your weight down and it gets quite intense. Yeah? Make sure your core is engaged so your ribs are trying to lift away from the ground so you're not dumping into your back. But relax the front of your hip as you sink deeper into it. If you want to go deeper with this, you can also bend your knee and lower your foot gently. But make sure your core is lifting up. So your back is okay and you're just working with your hip flexors. You can also keep your foot up and flex the foot and move your heel from side to side if you want to go more. You can roll the ball a little bit higher up as we do this, but it will be a little bit more intense now as we do that. You can lift the leg up and down or side to side or a combination of whatever movement that feels good. Good. Keep your ribs away from the floor and then slide the ball a few centimeters higher. Now it's going to get more intense. It's going into your lower abs now in your deep psoas. It should be on the inside of your hip bone. You still feel it digging in. Yes? Ribs engage and up. You can lift the leg up and down. It can be quite intense. You can also move your foot side to side, pick your poison. If all of that is fine and you don't want to do any more, you can lower your chest all the way down and really sink into it. You might feel a little nauseous. You never know. Hold for 10 seconds. All right, take a deep breath. Gently roll away to take the ball away. Put it on the other side. You can bring your chest up. Tuck your tailbone in, ribs away from the mat. Roll the ball slightly up and down till you find a good spot on the inside of your left hip bone. Whoa. You can do some cat-cows with the ball there. But keep your ribs engaged, if best if you can. Try to let it sink in for about 10 seconds. If you can, you're going to bend your left knee up and down. Nice and controlled, slow up and down. You can also keep your foot up, flex the foot, and rock your foot from side to side. You can lower the left foot down. You can also roll the ball slightly up. Whew. Maybe about a centimeter or two. You can repeat the process. You can also bring your chest down if it gets too intense, but try to keep your ribs actively up. You can also bend your left knee up and down. Whew. You can also flex the foot and rock your foot from side to side. Make sure that your ribs feel like they're lifting away from the ground. If that feels good, lower your left leg down. You can lower your chest down now. Roll the ball a little bit higher up so you feel it on the bottom of your abs. On the inside of the hip bone, you're trying to dig it underneath the big part of your hip bone. Oof. It can feel quite uncomfortable now. Tuck your tailbone in. Stay here for about 20 seconds. You can also lift your legs up and down and side to side if you feel you need the intensity. If not, just relax here. No big deal. We'll take a deep breath. Then we'll slowly roll away. Take the ball away. If you want, you can grab your bolster just so that you have support for your elbows because the floor can be quite hard. And we'll use the foam roller to do the inside of our thighs to round off class today because time is not our friend. We have 1 minute to foam roll the inside of our thigh, the whole length. Yeah? And if you bring it to the inside of the knee, to the soft part of the inside of the knee, you can flex your foot and rotate the foot up and down, and it's going to feel so yummy. Was that yummy? Yeah. And then, as you're lifting your leg up and down, you go, oh, this one feels interesting, and then you can roll the length of that muscle. You can lift your foot a little bit higher. Oh, that was interesting too. And you can roll the length of that muscle. Foot down also, it's a different muscle. So every degree of your angle moves your muscle in a different way. Oh. And you can start exploring. Some parts are really crunchy. Some parts are a little bit easier. Ooh, that was spicy. Yeah. You can get a lot of spots here, so find one that serves you the most, and then you can wiggle into that area. Wow. Any questions? No. It's amazing, isn't it? No, not amazing. Painful? For me, this is very painful. I've been stretching a lot with these muscles as well today. Ooh, okay. Then we do the other side. I'll just not turn around. The camera will not have a good view, but I think we know what's happening to the other side. Ooh, and then we'll just kind of wiggle on the inside of our thigh. Make sure our core feels nice and strong. Wiggle your hips to help you slide up and down. You can go a little bit further up the thigh if that feels good. As you flex the left foot, you can lift the foot up and down, and that's going to make things feel so much more fun. You can also feel that every angle of your foot can take you to a different part of the muscles. Oof. And there you can roll up and down in those angles, and it can feel really amazing. And you can stay in certain spots if they really say, I need you. And we'll gently oblige by staying a little bit longer in those sensitive areas. Use your breath to kind of relax into it. I know it can feel quite intense, but try not to scrunch up your face. Try to breathe gently into it to make the sensation feel more like pressure. We'll keep foam rolling for another 30 seconds or so, but try to find the final two positions that feel the most intense to you. Then we can wiggle to another part. Whew. Add a little bit of weight. Hang out here for about 10 seconds. And then as we bend our knees, we can wiggle gently out. Slide the knee back. And since we have the bolster, we can use the bolster. Turn it to the long side. Slide the bolster in between your belly and your legs so that you can hug it and relax for a little bit. And as we chill out here, we'll take about 3 breaths to just soften. Enjoy the gentle lull of all the deep tissue massage we gave ourselves. And to always remind ourselves to make time for the things that make us feel, even if it feels intense. We'll take about 2 breaths here. And really feel soft in the next exhale. Let it all go. Then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Slowly come onto your elbows. Take your hands a little bit forward. Do some cat-cows. Then we can walk our hands in to come into some kind of a seated position. And I want to thank you for today's class. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for rolling on the balls. Hope it felt nice.